Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rev It Up podcast. I'm Kane Holton. Episode number 15 already, and the driver for number 15 is Dylan Reilly. Kind of a weekend dampener with the Gopher 50 getting rained out at Deer Creek with torrential rain. They said up over 11 or 12 inches up near Spring Valley, so torrential rainfall there. A lot of tracks raining out around the area, such as Fayette County and countless others up in Minnesota and around Iowa. But Winneshiek Raceway did get their races in. We'll go over their results as well as Summer National results and the World of Outlaw results that did get in up in the North Dakota area, and the Lucas Oil results from their Saturday night show. But a lot of rain this weekend and not much you can do about it, but that's racing. I guess happy 4th of July to everybody. Let's get into Rev It Up now. Mark your calendars, folks, a long ways out from now, but September 6th, the Tri-State Late Models invade the Cresco Speedway along with the best and baddest USRA modified drivers around the area, racing for $1,000 to win at the Cresco Speedway and other USRA classes competing for USRA national points. Be there for the Labor Day Classic at the Cresco Speedway on September 6th. Are you looking for speed on the track? Well, I have a solution for you. And that solution is Rage X. Get a hold of Harley Dice or Jake Tim today. They make B mods and A mods. And the best thing about Rage X is they don't just give you your car and send you off. They give you technical support with everything you need. And they're racers too. They'll help you throughout the season. So find your speed with Rage X chassis. You can find them at Rage X on Facebook. Dirt Car Summer National results from the Camden Speedway in Camden, Tennessee. Sam Seawright from Fort Payne, Alabama, picking up the win. Following him in a photo finish was Luke Morey from Zeeland, Michigan. Kyle Hardy from Winchester, Virginia, coming in third. Tanner English from Benton, Kentucky, coming in fourth. Rusty Schlink from Jackson, Michigan, coming in fifth. Mitch McGrath from Waukesha, Wisconsin, coming in sixth. Clay Stuckey from Shreveport, Louisiana, coming in 7th, and Jason Fager from Bloomington, Illinois, coming in 8th, up 4 positions. Brody Smith from Dade City, Florida, coming in 9th, up 1 position, and rounding out the top 10 is Winchester, Tennessee's Jaden Frame. World of Outlaw late model results from the Ada, Minnesota track, Norman County Raceway. Bobby Pierce winning his 6th World of Outlaw late model race in 6 events. Nick Hoffman coming in 2nd, followed by the Reaper out of Marshalltown, Iowa, Ryan Gustin up 5 spots. Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York will come up 8 spots to get 4th. Jonathan Davenport from Blairsville, Georgia will finish 5th. Brent Larson from Lake Elmo, Minnesota will finish 6th. Jake Tim from Winona, Minnesota will finish 7th, followed by Cody Overton out of Thompson, Georgia will finish 8th, up 5 positions. Rochester, Minnesota's Dustin Sorensen will finish 9th, and St. Augustine, Florida's Trey Mills up 9 spots to round out the top 10. Dirt Car Summer National results from the Farmington Empire Speedway. Tanner English picking up his first Summer National win on the season. Sam Seawright coming home 2nd. Clay Stuckey from Shreveport, Louisiana, coming home 3rd. Tanner Millwood from Kingston, Georgia, 4th. Kyle Hardy from Winchester, Virginia, up 5 spots to get 5th. Rusty Slink from Jackson, Michigan, finishing 6th. Jason Fager from Bloomington, Illinois will finish 7th. Carter Schling from Jackson, Michigan in the Little 91 will finish 8th. And Michael Leach from Sun River, Montana will finish 9th. And Brennan Carpenter from Coldwater, Mississippi will round out the top 10 up 7 positions. Dirt Car Summer National results from the Lincoln Speedway in Lincoln, Illinois. Jason Fager up 4 positions to pick up the win. Tanner English out of Benton, Kentucky will come home 2nd. Jake Little from Springfield, Illinois up 6 spots to come home 3rd. Luke Morey from Zeeland, Michigan will finish 4th, up 4. Trey Mills from St. Augustine, Florida will finish 5th. Sam Seawright from Fort Payne, Alabama will finish 6th. Rusty Slink from Jackson, Michigan will finish 7th. Kyle Hammer from Clinton, Illinois will finish 8th. Frank Heckenatz Jr. from Frankfort, Illinois up 6 spots to finish 9th. And Kyle Hardy from Winchester, Virginia will finish 10th. USRA Heartland Modified Tour results from the Lucas Oil Speedway. Tanner Mullins out of Wichita, Kansas, up 9 spots to pick up the win. Tyler Wolf out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, up 13 spots to come home 2nd. Tyler Davis out of Hayesville, Kansas, will come up 2 spots to get third, and TP Terry Phillips out of Springfield, Missouri will go up 12 to get fourth. Dean Willie from Warrensburg, Missouri will finish fifth. Peyton Phillips from Chinook, Kansas up 12 spots to get sixth. Wyatt Gallardo from Wichita, Kansas will finish seventh, and Chevy Coleman from Wichita, Kansas will finish eighth, up 6 positions. Dustin Hodges from Centralia, Missouri will finish ninth, up 4 positions, and Tad Davis from Mountain Hope, Kansas will round out the top 10. USRA B-Mod results: Chris Jackson from Lebanon, Missouri picking up the win, followed by Caden Stacy from Springfield, Missouri coming home second. Chad Clancy from Polo, Missouri coming home third, and Jake Richards from Lansing, Kansas coming home fourth, up 7 positions. Trevor Drake from Bryanton, Missouri coming home fifth, up 8 positions. If you want to see a interview that Rev It Up did with Jake Richards, head over to the Rev It Up Facebook page to find that interview with Jake Richards as he made a visit to the Cresco Speedway, and we caught up with him about how it was running for national points. Dirt Car Summer National results from the Red Hill Speedway in Sumner, Illinois. Frank Heckenash Jr. picking up the win. Following him is Tanner English from Bend, Kentucky. Sam Seawright up 6 positions to come home third, and Kyle Hardy from Winchester, Virginia will come home fourth, up 4. Clay Stuckey from Shreveport, Louisiana will finish fifth. Jason Feger from Bloomington, Illinois will finish sixth. Brennan Carpenter from Coldwater, Mississippi will finish seventh, up 3 spots. And Mitch McGrath from Waukesha, Wisconsin will finish eighth, up 5. Tyler Millwood from Kingston, Georgia will finish ninth. And Brody Smith from Dade City, Florida up 8 to finish 10th. USRA Heartland Modified results from the I-35 Speedway in Winston, Missouri. Tanner Mullins doubles up out of Wichita, Kansas. Behind him is Gary Christian out of Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Winona, Minnesota's Keith Foss making the trip down to Winston, coming home third. Cole Campbell out of Mexico, Missouri will finish fourth, up 5 spots. Tyler Davis out of Hayesville, Kansas will finish fifth. Trevor Hughes out of Wettsville, Oklahoma will finish sixth, and Terry Phillips out of Springfield, Missouri up 6 spots to finish seventh. Dustin Hodges out of Centralia, Missouri will finish eighth, up 9 spots, and Jason Heels from Salina, Oklahoma will finish ninth. Chevy Coleman round out the top 10, and a local favorite in the southeastern Minnesota area and northeastern Iowa area, Fluffy Blake Arndt out of Brownsdale with a good run in 11th. USRA Heartland Modified results from Saturday night at the I-35 Speedway. Dean Willie out of Warrensburg, Missouri picks up the win. Tanner Mullins will follow him in second. Trevor Hughes out of Wettsville, Oklahoma will come home third, and Dustin Hodges from Centralia, Missouri will come home fourth. Tyler Davis from Hayesville, Kansas up 4 spots, finished fifth, and Gary Christian from Broken Bow, Oklahoma will finish sixth. Cole Campbell from Mexico, Missouri up 8 spots to finish seventh, and Wyatt Gallardo from Wichita, Kansas will finish eighth, up 6 spots. Shadron Turner in the 56 out of Kansas City will finish ninth, and Chevy Coleman round out the top 10. Keith Foss will come home 15th, up 6 spots, and Blake Arndt will not be able to finish the feature. Results from the Winneshiek Raceway, as the Winneshiek Raceway sure lucked out, as over an inch of rain in Cresco and around the surrounding areas. And Winneshiek Raceway, you turn the corner past the hospital there, and it was dry. And then about an hour till hot laps, and it started coming down pretty heavily with rain. And somehow the Mother Nature shut the spigot off in time for the hot laps to start, and they got the track whipped back into shape for the race time, and they did put on the races. Perry Kessel from Cresco, Iowa, picking up the USRA Tuner victory. Landon Johnson from Waukon, Iowa, coming in second. Dylan Reilly from Waukon coming in third. Nolan Lurch from Waukon coming in fourth. Lana Bruce from New Hampton coming in fifth. Dalton Fells from Kilmer coming in sixth. And Tom Kessel from Waukon coming in seventh. And Katie Stahl will round out the field in eighth. Let's hear from Perry Kessel now in the Rev It Up podcast car about his victory.
Hello, I am Perry Kessel. I drive the 5K USRA Tuner. Here is my weekend recap. Friday, once again, got rained out. We had a lot of rain in the last few days. Didn't really think we were going to race Saturday either. On the way to the racetrack, it was downpouring. I think we got a half inch of rain at home in Cresco, and from like Ridgeway to pretty much Decorah, we were going 35 all the way there because the rain was so bad. But yeah, we made it to the racetrack. The sun was out. It just missed Decorah somehow. I don't know how, but it did. And then from Decorah, we got there, started to unload, and then all of a sudden we had some rain. And then after that, it was nice and sunny. I can't believe how well the track was with how much rain that they got in a short little amount of time. They even watered the track because it was so dry yet. So that was an awesome night. We were able to race, and they had an awesome fireworks show. I couldn't believe how well that was. Kudos to them and the sponsorships that they did to get that going. That was awesome to see. But anyways, I think I drew the best I've drawn in a long time. I got a 45, which started us fourth in our heat. Missed my shift. I think I dropped back to sixth. Worked my way back up to fourth. Got the last redraw spot. From the redraw, I got third for the redraw. From third, I jumped to second real quick on the feature, and then a few laps later, I think it was halfway actually, I got the first position, and I just kind of ran away and hid a little bit. Then caution came out. So with green, white, or I think the white checkered, or the white flag was out. So we had to do a green, white checkered. Held off some very strong cars. They were right on my tail for the last few laps there. But overall, I got the victory. Pretty sweet trophy from Downland. There's a few good sponsorships that added more money to the purse. So this is by far my highest paying purse that I got so far in my early career. So yeah, that's my weekend recap. Can't thank all the sponsors that donated to Winneshiek Raceway this weekend. Everyone was free, and I think they said 1,300 fans were in the stands, and there was a good amount of cars. I think 71 or over 70, and all the pits, almost all the pits were paid for. All the drivers and one crew member, and all the fans were once again free. So they had a great showing for everyone. Good races all around as well, so I couldn't complain there. See you next time.
What a day it was for Cresco drivers. Scott Spiley from Cresco holding off Decorah, Iowa's Joshua Ludeking to pick up the win. Scott Spiley picks up the win, Joshua Ludeking second. Steve Larson from Decorah tried the top side, but the sands in the hour class went by a little too quick for Steve Larson, as he didn't have quite enough time to get up to the front to contend for the win. He'll come home third. Ryan Crooks from Ionia will come home fourth. And the doorman in the precision overhead doors, number 111, Dane Curtin, will come home fifth. We'll actually probably trying to schedule an interview with Dane Curtin in the Under the Helmet series with Dane Curran coming up this week, possibly. Keep an eye out for that. Junior Boyer out of Kelmer will come home sixth. BJ Dahl out of Kelmer come home seventh. Rylan Curtin in the precision overhead doors 40 JR will come in home eighth. We're trying to schedule an interview with Rylan Curtin in the Under the Helmet series as well. Arthur Schott out of Claremont, Iowa, come home ninth, and Chris Dahl will round out the top 10. Skylar Hovey picks up the Eco Mod win, up 7 positions. Brent Schwark from Holman, Wisconsin will come home second. Dawson Keebler was ripping the top side, up 6 positions to get third. Robert Michaels from Decorah, Iowa, come home fourth. And Tony Bloom from Rochester, Minnesota, will come home fifth. Ryan Halverson from Decorah, Iowa, will come home sixth. And Wyatt Hansen from Galesville, Wisconsin, up 5 spots to come home seventh. Colin Jones from Waukon will come home eighth, up 3 spots. And Grady Dunbar from Winona in the familiar number orange 35 car will come home ninth. Owen Malone from Waukon up 4 spots to round out the top 10. USRAB mods, you could say, definitely had some right side romance coming to the line there, from the right quarter panel of Taylor Skauge to the left front of Troy Hovey. Slide job nonetheless from Taylor Skauge proved victorious. Skauge from Caledonia, sitting second in the national points, picks up the victory. Troy Hovey comes in second. Dan Hovden from Decorah up 5 spots actually went to the back and drove back up to third to get third. Kyle Anderson from Decorah up 7 spots to get fourth. And Dale Schwaben from Fort Atkinson will finish fifth. Austin Pankel from Elma up 4 spots to get sixth. And Lily Reps from Utica, Minnesota will finish seventh. Philip Eady from Decorah, Iowa will finish 8th, and Keegan Ike from Decorah up 5 spots to finish 9th, and Ben Moldry in the Place Sports Bar and Grill will finish 10th out of Protivin. USRA stock car feature was a dandy. Cresco, Iowa's Chris Hovden led flag to flag, but not without a challenge. Kyle Falk was to his right side on the top side for a majority of the feature. Falk up 3 positions, he'll finish second. Jason Schlangen from Cresco will drive up back through the field to finish third. Lynn Ponish with a good run up 5 spots to get fourth. Mitch Hovden was coming up through the field to finish fifth, and Kevin Donlin had a topside momentum early, but a slider from another competitor led to Donlin slamming on the brakes and falling with a free slide through the field to finish sixth. Taylor Donlin from Decorah, Iowa up 3 spots to finish 7th, and Braden Brower from Iota will finish 8th. Chris Roney from Decorah will finish 9th, and Casey Kelsch will round out the top 10. Results from the Dirt Car Summer Nationals Herald and Review 100 at the Macon Speedway. Brandon Shepard leads flag to flag after a lap 75. A power steering line comes off, and he smokes for about 2 laps, and he wheeled it around. There was no power steering, and then a caution comes out when he enters corners number 3 and 4. On the final lap, a lapper stops on the track, and with Brandon Shepard with no power steering, wheels it to victory with a green-white checkered for the Herald and Review 100 at one of his home tracks there in Albert Lee. So New Berlin, Illinois' Brandon Shepard picks up the Herald and Review 100 win at Macon Speedway. Behind him, Zeeland, Michigan's Luke Morey up 4 positions to finish second. Benton, Kentucky's Tanner English will finish third. Kyle Hardy from Winchester, Virginia will finish fourth. Waukesha, Wisconsin's Mitch McGrath up 4 positions. Mike Spatola out of Manhattan, Illinois will finish sixth. Tanner Millwood from Kingston, Georgia will finish seventh. Finishing 8th is McKay Winger from Fairfield, Illinois, up 5 spots to finish 8th. Clay Stuckey from Shreveport, Louisiana in his Longhorn, up 10 positions to finish 9th. And rounding out the top 10 will be Jason Fager out of Bloomington, Illinois. And Tanner English will head into the next week of the Hell Tour that begins on Monday as the point leader. Now let's take a peek at the USRA national point standings for all divisions. Perry Kessel's the USRA points leader now out of Cresco, Iowa. Dylan Reilly sits second in the 15 out of Waukon. In third is Dalton Fells from Kilmer, and Caden Cobb from Huron, Oklahoma sits fourth, and Eric Purcell from Huron, Oklahoma sits fifth. In the USRA stock cars, Travis Shipman from Mason City, Iowa is in the lead. Rodney Schweizer from Kansas City, Kansas is in second. Cresco, Iowa's Jason Schlangen is in third. Andrew Inman out of Mason City is in fourth. And Iota, Minnesota's Braden Brower is in fifth. USRA modified results. The Dice Man's currently leading the A-Mod national points out of Winona, Minnesota. The Dice Man, Harley Dice. Cole Campbell out of Mexico, Missouri is in a second. Chevy Coleman out of Wichita, Kansas is in third. Nick Murgic out of Rosemount, Minnesota is in fourth. Alex Williamson out of Rushford, Minnesota is in fifth. In the USRA hobby stocks, Gavin Bartell out of Casson, Minnesota is leading that. He went down to I-35 and picked up a win down there this weekend. Joshua Munson, the money man, is in second. Jacob Monson's in third. Brandon Schur is in fourth out of Gardner, Iowa. And Jeremy Wagner out of Grettinger is in fifth. USRA B-Mod national points looks like Jake Richards out of Lansing, Kansas is in the lead. Taylor Skauge out of Caledonia is in second. Dan Hovden in third out of Decorah. Caden Brunner is in fourth out of Austin, and Chad Clancy is in fifth out of Polo, Missouri. Now let's hear from Jake Richards before the Cresco race on leading the national points right now. Here with Jake Richards out of Lansing, Kansas. Jake, what brought you to Cresco tonight?
Well, my wife's been wanting to come here for the last couple of years, and we was finally able to make it work. So we've been up here. We'll be up here for 10 days. We've already been up here for 4 already. So, but yeah, we're going to be up here for 10 days.
You're currently leading national points. What do you have to do to keep the national point lead going through the rest of the season?
I think we're leading national points right now because we've ran the most races. We're going to have to get probably better as far as more wins. It'll just fall where it falls. I mean, I've always believed it takes 15 to 20 wins to have a chance. So till we start winning, we're just out here having fun.
Looking at the track here at Cresco, what do you see?
Well, I don't know. I looked at it for a few minutes. I don't really know what to compare it to. I was hoping some guys would get here I know to ask for a gear suggestion, but it looks like a nice place, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, you have some merchandise back there. Where can they find that, or can they find it online, or come down to the pits afterwards?
Come down after the pit, after the races. We got t-shirts, some long sleeve shirts, hoodies, and crew necks. You can message her on our Facebook page, Jake Richards Motorsports. But usually, we got them with us here at the track. So.
After tonight, where do you plan to go after tomorrow night, I should say?
After tomorrow night, we're going to go to Mississippi Thunder on Friday, Deer Creek on Saturday, and Mason City on Sunday.
All right, thank you for the interview. Good luck.
Thank you.
That will be it for this week's episode of Rev It Up. Make sure you get out there next week and support your local racetrack. We'll be back next week for some more Rev It Up results.